that you'll have to do just the very first time, and then the second video will just be the video that you should follow, you know, every year when you're making your press passes. So the first thing you need to do is download this folder to your desktop. This was shared via Google Drive, and you need to make sure that it's called Press Pass 2022. Don't change anything, and this needs to be directly on your desktop, okay? The other thing that you'll need to do is install this barcode font. So that's inside the folder. If you go to free 3 of 9, you want to double click this TTF to install. The other fonts that you want to install is the Lato family. So if you go to, if you're in Creative Cloud, you can go to Manage Fonts and browse more fonts. And you just want to activate the entire Lato family. That's what we use all the time. Okay, so then I would just go to Lato up in the left-hand corner. Mine should already be activated. Yeah, because I've already, just make sure that they're all slid over to activate. Okay, so that all your, you know, fonts are there for this, okay? I wanted to show you a couple things that are in the folder, okay? First, there's this folder called Students. This is where you're going to put your students. I just right-clicked each student and labeled them in alphabetical order, 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. I did that for each of my classes, and then when I was ready to actually make the data merge, I copied and pasted just the class that I was working on in the students. So this is going to be directly linked to this folder, okay? Also, I want to point out that I made 4 templates, one for first years, one for second years, one for third years, and one for fourth year students. So that's already made. Then I already have the InDesign template set up too. You can switch out the background depending on which year students you're working with. Okay, this is what the end result will look like. You can put more, you can put 2 on a page, but because our paper cutter isn't working, or you could probably fit 4 on a page, I just decided to just make 1 per sheet and hand that to each kid and have them cut it out themselves, because I just, you know, I don't have time to do that. But this is what it will look like, where it's going to put when you do the data merge, it will put the kid's barcode on there, their picture, this information in the columns, and then the picture depending on which kind of access, and their name, okay? All right, so let's look at what the Media Pass template looks like. So it's just a 1 page, and what this is this background image is just that in the Illustrator file. So again, I just place this InDesign file in there, so you could replace it if you're doing a different year. So then we have all of these text boxes that I already set up. They're already linked. You just have to put in the information, okay? And then also notice that all the fonts are installed now. The Lato is used for all this. This is the 3 of 9. You can see over here, font to turn it into a barcode. Okay, so let's look at the CSV file that you'll need to set up so you can make this data merge. Okay, wherever it is. Where did I put it? Not over here. I don't know. Just kidding. Give me a second. Nope. Okay, I gotta go find it. All right, so I sent you this Google Sheet. Here we go. It's called Media Pass Google Sheet Template, okay? So this is only for this time around because you have to make it unique to your computer. So notice that it says, where am I going to find the pictures of the student? So remember that I made this folder called Press Pass 22 that's on your desktop, and it's looking inside the students folder for picture 1, and then it will generate that from there. Here's the thing that needs to happen is that I'm not sure what your username is. You need to modify this for yourself. So under users, you have to put whatever your username is. So if you go to system preferences, actually, I think it's easier to do it this way. I'm going to go to this and just right click and say get info. And it's saying that this folder is located on my Macintosh HD. you put it colons, user, colon, Varela, colon, desktop, colon, PressPass 2022. Okay. And then it's colon students, and then it's looking for one.jpg. So again, yours might be J Evans, C Corcoran. I'm not really sure. The first time you'll do this, you'll have to change it to your username. Okay. So you're basically saying it, you know, like, where is this going? So you will have to go in and do that for each of these guys here, but you only have to do that the first time, and then, you know, as long as your username doesn't change, then this should work. Okay. All right, so that's what you have to do for the setup for the very first time. So I'll go through the rest of it, but I'll make this a video on its own so that you don't have to watch that whole setup part. Okay. So let's say you're ready to make your PressPasses. In the first column, you're going to type in each of their ID numbers. Make sure that you leave the asterisk before and after each one so the barcode works. Okay. You can leave it student 1, student 2, student 3. You just have to, again, make sure that you type in your username so that it's directing to your user on your laptop. You're going to type in your student's first and last name, put in the period, the teacher, and the class, and I also list the room number. Okay, and then this is your access. Okay, so let me show you what this looks like. Okay, so photo 1 is studio access. Photo 2 is camera access. 3 is outdoor access. 4 is hallway access, and then 5 is event access. The other ones that I started playing around with were just like the stars earned or whatever. Okay, so I actually don't need those. So under here, if you don't want them to have studio access, you would just pick the JPEG that says no access. If you do want them to have access, I would just go in here and just type access. So it's access or no access. So for this first one, I only gave them access to the camera on the hallway, and they're going to earn access to the studio, outdoor, and event, depending on their behavior. So you just have to go in here and say, it's probably going to be all or none, you know, depending on the student, access or no. So you just have to get rid of no if you're giving them access, or make sure it says no before that one. So 3, you can see it's already labeled and stuff. All right, when this is all set, you're going to hit File, Download as a comma separated value file. I'm downloading it, and I need to put that downloaded file into my PressPass folder. I'm going to go to InDesign, and I'm opening up that MediaPass template. That's that one page that's already set up. Okay, the only thing you might need to do is get rid of this background and put in, you know, the yellow, the blue, depending on what year it is, and that's just file place that Illustrator file. Okay, now I need to say where am I getting the info from. So I'm going to go over to Select Data Source. Okay, and I'm picking that file that I just exported. I don't know what I called it. This one maybe? Let's say open. And it should be linked. And then right here, I'm going to create the merge document and hit OK. And I only changed like my first 4 to just Varela. My school laptop is H Varela, so that's why I can't find those images. So it's only going to link the ones that I actually named the user correctly. So it's going to take a second to make this, but this is what's saving you time. You do a little bit of work on the front end, because now I just have to go in there, and after this year, I'll just have to save the kids' pictures and then type in their username, or I'm sorry, their IDs and their names. And then I did all the like setup, you know, already. And even the media template Google Sheet, as long as you don't change your username, it should be fine. So it's going to take a second because it's plugging in all those pictures, all that info. It's searching for all those things. It's plugging it in. It's putting each of their pictures and their names on each one. Okay, here we go. So, picture, the period, my name, the photo, that should be her ID, what she has access to and doesn't have access to. Okay, and then it should only show the first 4 because remember that I didn't change my user because I'm on my home computer, not my school user. Okay, then I would file and I'm going to export it as a print PDF, and I would call this 7th period press passes. And I'm going to save it to my desktop. No, I'm going to save it to my press pass folder. And save and export. Okay, and that's the one that I would open and print from. So it's this one. I'm going to open this. And I'd open it with Acrobat. And I would file print from here. So don't print from InDesign or else it's going to be pixelated and it's going to take a lot longer because all the files aren't merged. That's how I made my press passes.